Before I was diagnosed with diabetes, I was a baker. I was known as a baker. I would hold tea parties all the time. And I had just moved to Cape Town, just got my first job, and my first novel was being published. It was a wildly exciting time. And I knew I was sick, but I didn't really know what was wrong with me. I was exhausted all the time. I'd lost a lot of weight. I was constantly hungry, but I just put on a happy face and everyone thought I was fine. And by the time I was finally diagnosed, I was 3 days away from a diabetic coma, and I was really desperately ill. And I think part of the problem is that as a society, we don't really value wellness. We don't come in and say, wow, I'm feeling healthy, I'm feeling well. And so I just thought this was part of being a grown-up. So when I was finally diagnosed, I was put in ICU for 5 days, and it was terrifying because a lot of the information I was given, all the information I was given, told me I was now at greater risk of amputation, blindness, heart disease, kidney failure. And nowhere in any of that did it say, or if you look after yourself, you can live a perfectly normal, happy, healthy life with diabetes. So actually 3 months after I was diagnosed, we went on a big adventure to Malawi. We went scuba diving in Lake Malawi. I didn't know that was something diabetics don't usually do. And then since then, we've traveled all over the world. We hiked 500 Ks of the Camino de Santiago in Spain. We've done the Otter Trail and the Whale Trail. We do nature walks all the time. It's just, being active has always been part of my life with diabetes. And that message of being able to live a normal, healthy, happy life with diabetes really stuck with me. And the fact that there wasn't that community when I was first diagnosed. And so we started Sweet Life 8 years ago. We're a non-profit organization. We started with a magazine. Now we're an online diabetes community. And really what it's there for is just to share the experience of living with diabetes. Because some days it just sucks. And some days you just want a holiday. You just want a day where you don't have to think about blood sugar and insulin and carb counting and what you ate and what you're gonna eat and exercise and how that might affect your blood sugar. So the thing that has saved me lately, weirdly, is gardening. And I couldn't quite figure it out at first, but I have, everywhere I go now, so when I go to friends' houses or when we go out to a restaurant or a wine farm or whatever, Cape Town is full of succulents. It's always full of succulents. And so everywhere I go, I just snip off the little babies of the succulents because the main plant doesn't care, and then it regrows again. And the magical thing about gardening is that I think it's really good for you to get your hands in the soil. I think it's very grounding and all of that. But there's also such hope in it because you're putting something in the earth, trusting that there's gonna be a future and that it's gonna grow and that things will be okay. And I needed that, and I needed that after my mom died, and actually now that I think about it, I needed it when I was diagnosed too, because I was feeling so hopeless. Had I known about gardening, that would have helped. But there's something really lovely about being able to put something in that you know will turn into something beautiful.